Being a high value man as a Muslim is very, very different than being a high value man for others. For other people, someone like Hamza, someone like Andrew Tate, yeah, you just get a bunch of money, you get a new girl to sleep with, and obviously that's what they consider to be very high value. But if you're a Muslim, that is not how you're going to be judged. If you want to be a high value man as a Muslim, your self improvement, everything you do, whether it's business, whether it's fitness, everything has to be directly correlated with your iman, your deen, and your culture. Even if you succeed massively, you get rich, you get everything you want, but you end up losing out on your iman, your deen, you actually didn't improve. If anything, you went down than you were before you got rich. So, a high value Muslim man is someone who takes care of his family to the max, who has enough money not for private jets, for yachts, but to provide for all his family. Everyone from your close cousins, far cousins, and the biggest of all, he has no issues getting married, whether he wants 2, 3, 4 wives, it doesn't matter. He has absolutely no issues in that regard. That is what Muslims would consider to be a high value man. Number one, you have to come to the masjid very, very often. You have to build a very solid reputation amongst the Muslim brothers. Everybody in the Muslim community has to know you for something. Maybe it's for the guy who's really fit. Maybe the guy who has a huge business. The guy who competes professionally in wrestling. Something like that. Here's an example. About 3 years ago, I used to run wrestling classes at the Muslim Youth Center. So every time I came to the masjid for prayer, everybody would see me and be like, oh, it's that guy who coaches guys how to fight. And that became my reputation. That's how I got a lot of respect. And I was already familiar with the top guys at the mosque, the guys who run and manage the events. They would be like, oh, hey, it's Boris. Everybody knew me. Now imagine. Say you want to get married and you go to the mosque, you ask around your brothers. If you never come to the mosque and nobody really knows you, how are you going to get married? They're going to say, Abdullah, you know the guy who sometimes comes on Fridays for Juma? That guy, yeah, he's looking for a wife. You got anyone? Whereas if I asked them, they would be like, remember that guy who taught the kids how to wrestle? One of the sisters will be like, oh yeah, he taught my brother how to wrestle. He was talking about him. He said he's a really strong guy, or he's very nice, or something like that. And it's going to be easy for me to do anything because I'm very, very well connected. So you need to get connected as soon as possible. Number two, when you do start making these connections, the first thing that's going to come up is your fitness levels. If you're a Muslim, you cannot afford to be a fat piece of shit. You cannot be out of shape and you can't be weak. Because here's the deal, if you're a man and you're born into the Muslim community, you are expected to be a manly man. And there's nothing that's going to show this better than being in a good shape. Everybody that sees you is going to notice that before anything else. The easiest way is to work out right after prayer. Every time you pray salah, whether it's Dhuhr, Isha, doesn't matter. You have to do, some push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, squats, doesn't matter. You have to work out every single day, and the best way to go about this, as I said, is to structure it into your day. So you combine your habits. After you pray, you're like, alright, what do I have to do now? And the first thing, oh yeah, I gotta do my push-ups. Number three, you have to gain extensive knowledge on both deen and dunya. Nobody in the Muslim community is going to respect you if you don't have any knowledge. Read the Quran, read the Hadith, so that whenever you're with your friends, whenever you're at the mosque, you can just pull it out of your head right away. Whenever there's a situation, you can say, oh, there's actually a hadith about that. You will be surprised how much respect this actually gets you. In today's age, this is so easy to do. All you need to do is download the hadith on your phone. You can probably find it for free, a PDF, download it. Download the Quran app, and then while you're reading those, download the Audible app on your phone. 2 books, Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins and Laws of Human Nature by Robert Greene. You read those 2, your knowledge is going to be higher than, I kid you not, 80 to 90% of people your age. Guess what? Everybody's kind of stupid these days. Nobody's reading books, nobody's studying anything. So just by reading those 2 really good books and getting your deen in check, reading the hadith, reading the Quran, you're already at the top 10%, I'm not even kidding. And over a long enough time period, you're going to find yourself being a high value man. What that will mean is you will be able to get married to the best of women, or maybe 2, and you're going to be the guy who everybody respects, the guy who whenever he walks into the mosque, everybody gets up and starts shaking his hand. How's your training going? Assalamu alaikum. Everybody's going to be talking to you like that. Biggest bonus is once you start developing yourself and you start making a lot of money, you're going to be able to provide for everybody around you, provide for the masjids, pay your zakat, help everybody out, and guess what? You are getting so many sawabs, way more than someone with no money, with no respect could have done ever. Now you'll be killing it both in the deen and the dunya. Those three things that I mentioned are literally just the base, the foundation. You still need to find out how to make money. You still need to learn to talk to women. You need to learn what I call halal riz. I have a course for that down in the description. No, I'm joking, there's no course, but I teach about that every day on my YouTube channel. So go ahead and follow me. You're going to learn a lot, and I will keep you accountable. I turn on my channel, I'm going to be telling you to get off your ass, get that workout in, get that prayer in, and in no time, everybody who follows me, we're all going to be some of the top level Muslims in the entire world.